Yeah.
Do you think that the match swung to the last by Yo Honey Singh?
Yep. Look, I think we got off to a good start. You know, we were 20, 25 short, and look, England bowled really well in that sort of death period, which made life very difficult. And unfortunately, we weren't able to connect as well as we would have liked. And it certainly wasn't through lack of trying. It's just sort of the game we play, and it's such a fine line.
Is there any reason why you chose not to bowl the spinners as early as you have in other matches?
Yeah, it didn't look like spinning much. So you're trying to skin it as best you can. They certainly got off to a very good start, played really nicely. Jason really had an outstanding game and certainly took the game away from us in that second innings. But at the same time, we're conscious of playing the long game, which is pulling the game back, which we managed to do and put a little bit of pressure on them. We get a couple more wickets on that, and all of a sudden you're right back in the game. But it wasn't to be today. And credit to England for the way they played, the way they bowled, in their death overs, and the way they came out and took the front steps away from us.
Is there anything to do with this being a knockout game? Does that have a different sort of impact on the team? So I think, do you think that way as well?
No, I don't think so. We were 130 for 3, which certainly is a very good platform in any match that you play in T20 cricket. And that we weren't able to capitalise. It's such a small, I suppose, part that you look at what you wanted to improve on. And it would have been nice if we'd got a few more there. But like I say, it wasn't through lack of effort, and England bowled well. So it's one of those things. 2020 is pretty fickle in its nature, and today it wasn't meant to be for us.
From the planning and the watching that you've done of England in the build-up to this game, watching their pool games, etc., do you feel like they actually produced their perfect game today and everything that they did sort of went right?
Yeah, I think they played very, very well, and we weren't quite at our best. Saying that, we still pushed them. We had a little bit of pressure on them with our bowling effort, but look, we were a few short. So credit to England, they played outstandingly to restrict us to 150 odd on that surface was a very good effort by their bowlers, and they certainly played nicely with the bat. So it was a very good all-round game by them, and good momentum for England going into the final.
John and Stokes have bowled very well again in a few games here now. You know, did you think you could do more against them than you did? Did you sort of come up with plans to sort of score heavy off those guys again?
Yeah, we did. They didn't quite unfold the way we would have liked. Saying that it's a fine line. There are a couple of full tosses and maybe another delivery that you look back and go, if it was a few inches the other way, then you get that extra 20 runs. But it's a fine line in 2020 cricket. Today didn't work out for us the way we would have liked, but I think the overall tournament was a real positive. We played some good, consistent T20 cricket, and you know, in this format you can always lose one, and we came up against a good team today.
I'm not considering Kane. Was there a point when you were sort of wishing you preferred the ball to 10 more track ball?
No. Look, it's tough. You go in, you make the best decision you can on the side you want to pick. Look, they're both world-class bowlers, world-class swing bowlers as well, and the ball didn't swing too much today. Yeah, they're experienced cricketers, but we certainly backed the 11 that we had on the park. And look, it's unfortunate. You do lose cricket games. We lost today, and it happened to be a semi-final. It's not ideal, but there's a lot of positives to take away from the tournament.
And that bowling from actually those 2 balls to sort of run off what's been a really outstanding tournament from them. You'd be surprised by how the play's done under the
Yeah, no, not surprised, but he's had a fantastic T20 tournament, same with Mitch Santner. Along with the other bowlers, we've played him so many different wickets, and the guys have adapted so well, grown so much as a bowling unit. I suppose matured as well in this part of the world, which is extremely important for themselves and the team moving forward. So there's been a number of guys that have had a very good tournament. In fact, I think when you reflect back on some of the surfaces, and we've had some low scores that were winning totals, I think the batters were very good as well throughout the tournament in terms of contributing to those winning totals. So a lot of positives throughout the tournament to take back.
And just as you reflect, I mean, England playing today for the third time in a row, it's your fifth venue. Is that a handicap for you?
The fact that we've travelled a bit?
Yeah, you played 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, not at all. The boys were fresh, ready to go. Like I said, you can lose cricket games, and today we did that, unfortunately. We weren't quite at our best, but that's the way it goes.
Okay, and how do you respond, how do you reflect on your own captaincy as opposed to Kalamira?
That's probably for other people to decide. Yeah, I enjoyed it. The guys were brilliant. We grew as a unit. Guys on and off the field were outstanding. We played as a collective, which is really important, and as a team. And we all were looking to move in that same direction, play that selfless cricket that we're after. And I think there are a lot of ticks in those boxes. And I think that went a long way to us playing really good T20 cricket. And it was down to a number of leaders, in fact, down to everyone within the side that bought into what we're trying to achieve. It would be nice to get across the line in this one and play in a final, but yeah, like I said, it wasn't to be today.
Okay, what as a batsman would you say England did so effectively in those finals? Because obviously you mentioned some of the wickets came from full tosses, which presumably weren't part of the game plan, but in between was clearly they got it pretty spot on.
Yeah, their death bowling was very good. Like saying between times, they certainly hit the Yorkers very well. And by taking those wickets off certain deliveries, puts you under pressure as a new batter coming out to the crease, trying to hit from ball one's never easy. And they were able to take wickets consistently through that sort of middle to back end period, which meant that sort of stemmed the flow of runs in that dead stage. So you can look at it sort of closely in a number of areas, but at the end of the day, we just didn't quite get things right. Like I say, it wasn't through lack of trying, it's just a fine line in the game that we play, and we'll all be better for it, and we'll move on and be a better group.
Okay, based on your experience, what you've seen and what you've played against this tournament, do you think you've lost to the most likely eventual winners in there?
Yeah, I certainly think that England can win it. I think any one of the other two teams can win it. It's tough. People spoke about us being favourites at one stage and we lost. 2020 cricket is, there's a lot of unknowns, a lot of uncontrollables, and it's who turns up on the day and plays the best cricket, or if someone plays an outstanding knock or bowls a brilliant 4 overs, it can certainly make a big difference in who wins and loses the game. Look, England are a very, very dangerous side, particularly on good surfaces. They put you under pressure the whole time with the bat, and their bowling's also good as well. I suppose now they're playing in Calcutta, which is a very different surface to the one here. So I think the team that adapts the best will win that.
What's your advice for how's playing Calcutta?
Pardon me?
What would be your advice for playing Calcutta?
My advice? Yeah, it's a very different wicket. It's certainly slower, but I think it's important that when whoever gets to Calcutta, they read the wicket as best they can, and don't be too conservative in terms of how they want to play their cricket. Be prepared to do it differently, because the cricket you see out there might be tough to implement on a Calcutta wicket. But saying that, there's been very good ones there in the past, so we're not quite sure.
Last two questions.
Do you think semi-finals is proving to be kind of like a jinx for New Zealand cricket at the moment?
No, I think every cricket game you play, you look at it as an isolated event, and you accept that when you turn up to the ground, you want to play your best cricket. If another team plays better, then you tend to come second. and that's what happened to us today. We didn't win, we didn't play the better cricket, England were very, very good, and it's as simple as that. We played a semi-final not so long ago and we were right. We didn't come second, we came first in that one. But, you know, that's just cricket. We move on and we look to get better as a team and continue to improve and play better cricket.
You spoke about how because this format is a several months is it important to not read too much into the results of the team when you apply into the results?
Yeah, it's tough. I think it's very important to be process driven in this format and play fearlessly. There's no room for conservative cricket, saying that you want to be smart in how you want to execute your skills in this format and do it as best you can and let things unfold to a certain extent. Sometimes in this format, the harder you try, the worse it can get. So you want guys to go out and express themselves, and I think we did that well. We played smart and fearless cricket throughout this tournament. And certainly England are doing the same and been quite contrasting. I think the two pools on very different surfaces. It's been very different cricket to watch. But that's the nature of the format, which makes it so exciting for people to watch.
Thank you.
Hello, Jason. Hello, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, you need to do that. I'm happy with them doing that. They're all on aeroplane modes, they're fine. They're good. Right. Please don't go off now. Cameras ready? Okay, Rory, for you.
Jason, World T20 finalists, how does that sound to you now?
Yeah, pretty cool. Something that after the first game was pretty far away, and after all the training and the effort that the boys have put in, it's something that we're extremely buzzing for. It's going to be an incredible experience, and
And the innings you put together there, how does that sort of rate alongside things that you've achieved in your career so far?
yeah, that's up there. Yeah, that's pretty special for me, and to get this group of boys to a final, obviously it wasn't just me, it was the bowlers as well. Towards the end were outstanding, their skill sets were amazing, but yeah, I'm just hugely proud to be involved with this dressing room.
We've heard a number of times over this tournament that they haven't put together the perfect game, and so far your batsmen have fired, or the bowlers have bailed you out a little bit. Was today that perfect game, do you think?
Today was as good as it probably gets to winning a 2020 game. There's obviously a few bits we need to work on. We had to claw it back because they got off to a good start, and yeah, credit to the boys for dragging it back.
And the death bowling of Ben Stokes and Chris Jordan, they did the job against Sri Lanka, and then even better, I think 20 runs off the last 4 rows. That as a batsman, does that kind of ball really make your life a bit easier?
Oh, the momentum that we carried in from the end of their innings to ours was outstanding, and they grew in confidence, the bowlers. Obviously from Sri Lanka bowling so well, and then it was just perfect bit of practice for today.
Before the tournament, there's been a lot of talk about England perhaps being an unfancy team, like an inexperienced team, all these reasons why you might not get this far. Now that you're here, do you kind of smile at that thought and that your cricket did the talking, or you kind of explain how you managed to, overcome those things?
I guess for that sort of side, I mean, we had a lot of negative feedback from a few people, and to be in a World Cup final now is kind of hopefully got a few more people on our side. There's been a huge amount of support this whole tournament from back home and all over the world, so thanks to all those people.
And I guess now you're going into a final, of course anything can happen. Do you feel that it's within touching distance, or that you play better up with every game that's really within touching distance?
Yeah, we're getting better with every game, but like we said before, this game today is just another game of cricket. It just happens to be at Eden Gardens in the World Cup final in front of 100,000 people. So it's going to be an incredible experience, but we're going to go out there and play our natural way and the brand of cricket we've been playing for the last year or so.
Jason, you got 4 boundaries away in the first over, and how much of that sort of preconceived on you? Not going to hit 4 fours, but is it absolute aggression from ball one?
Yeah, you kind of want to give yourself a chance, but when you get off to a good start like that, there's no reason why you shouldn't just keep going, and I did keep going, and I got a bit of luck and got a few boundaries, hit the gaps, and next minute I was there, next minute I was out. So yeah, it wasn't like an idea to go out there and just try and smash every ball. To be honest, sometimes it happens where you go in and you struggle your first 10 balls, you don't get a boundary your first 10 balls, and as an opener, that's quite tough to then start smashing it.
New Zealand playing for most of this tournament is being to sort of open up with their spinners. Why not doing that tonight? They sort of play into your hands?
I don't know. They're an extremely smart side. They've got through this tournament with flying colours, and credit to Kane. But it was one of those where balls seemed to swing a little bit for us, and then the cross seamers are holding in the pitch a bit. But I think the pitch got a bit better, and it just slid onto the bat a bit more. So their plans are their plans, and I wouldn't ever say that it's a stupid idea or something.
Jonathan?
Jason, there are times when it seems that you do all the hard work and you say all the right things and it doesn't come off. There's something kind of strange things that happen. You're getting wickets on full tosses and you're chasing down to 30 and just weird things seem to be happening. Can you explain it? I mean, what does it feel like to you?
We're not a big talking side. We're not a big kind of we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this, and we just we allow all our players to go out there and do what they feel is the right thing to do. We've all played enough cricket to know what the right thing is to do. Yeah, if you get wickets off full tosses, you get wickets off full tosses. I don't think that's something in the nets you practice, so it's actually quite a good ball. So I wouldn't say that we over-talk things, we're pretty simple.
The back.
I'm going to finish with your innings, and I'd like to know what is your batting philosophy when you bat, what you think, and who's your idol? And one more question, which team would you prefer to face in the final?
Prefer to face any side, to be honest, with West Indies or India. Good luck to the both of them. It's going to be a great experience, whoever we come against, but whoever it is, we'll come blazing. So I think my philosophy with batting is very simple: watch the ball and hit the ball if it's in my area, try and hit it through a gap and hit a boundary. It's a very simple philosophy, especially for 2020. I haven't got a huge amount of role models, no. I don't model myself on anyone. I try and be the best player I can be, work on stuff that works for me. There's obviously a huge amount of talent around the world, but I try and do the stuff that they do. It might not work for me, so I do what I need to do, and my strengths are different to other people's strengths.
Andrew?
Just go back to that point about the naivety, I think, was the words you used originally, sort of embrace the naivety going into this tournament. I mean, like you mentioned, 100,000 people at Calcutta in the final. I mean, taking that mentality straight through to that sort of contest, I mean, you must be going eyes wide open now.
Yeah, absolutely. All the boys today were extremely chilled out. We don't overthink things. We go out and we do what we practice, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We'll have bad days, we'll have good days, but it's gone our way the last few games, so it's hugely exciting. Yeah, it's mind-blowing.
But just a word on Walk as well, obviously another golden duck, so he's not exactly firing at the bat, but clearly he's a massive influence in the brain side.
Yeah, he's a great captain. got great work ethic, and working under someone like that gives everyone a huge amount of confidence. The way he carries himself, he might not be in the greatest form of his life, but he'll come into the final, and if he gets a good score to win us a game, no one will even remember what's happened in the previous games, you know what I mean? So he's a great guy to have as our leader, and someone that a lot of boys kind of look up to and go, do you know what, you're in a bad place, but it doesn't stop him working as hard as he does, and mentally staying as stable as he does.
Last couple.
Jason, congratulations.
Thank you.
What you did today is something that we generally expect Root to do, but you took, yeah. How would you like to explain, how do you guys complement each other? Because
I think the batting lineup complements each other. I think the situation that Ruti came in today was absolutely perfect for him. Nice calm head on him, and he just finished it off for us. Him and Joss explosive power at the end just to kind of nail it home. But I think we're all capable through